Hello guys and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are indeed new. It's been a little while, man. Obviously Arsenal haven't played in a few weeks, not since the Porto game, which we won on penalties in the last 16 of the Champions League, which we then since obviously drew by Munich, which I've obviously done a video on. But other than that, unfortunately we've been stuck in a piss poor, boring international break that has been boring as hell. The only plus side for Arsenal is we seem to have come out of it relatively injury free. Obviously Saka pulled out of the England squad, didn't end up playing a game for them. Gabriel and Martinelli both pulled out of the Brazil squad, but looks like they might actually be injured, so they might be a doubt for the weekend. Let's see. But other than that, the players who did actually play, the likes of Odegaard, Rice, Kivior, Zinchenko, Saliba, Havertz, I think that's it. There might be a couple more top of my head, but they all seem to have come back hopefully okay. Arteta's doing his press conference today, so we'll know more and hopefully give an injury update. But we seem to hopefully be okay going into the big one on the weekend. And yeah, after a couple weeks break, finally, Premier League football is back amongst us, and Arsenal play again in 2 days' time in by far the biggest game of the season. I'd say the biggest game this team collectively have played together so far, which I know, like I said in a previous video, I'm probably going to be saying it's the biggest game of the season every week from now on, because every game, just the more we win, the more the next game's even more important. But this really doesn't get any bigger. Manchester City away at the Etihad. There's a point between us in the table. We're currently top of the league on goal difference from Liverpool. But this doesn't get any bigger. The team we had the run-in with last season when we went for the title, the team that in the end took it away from us quite easily. The best team in the world in Manchester City, obviously treble winners last year. Right back in amongst it in the title race, in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, semi-final of the FA Cup. They're on for back-to-back trebles. And this time of year is when City really start to kick in. But it's a big chance for Arsenal to show that we've learnt from last season. We've grown. We're not ready just to be like the pretenders anymore, the little brothers of City and stuff. This is a chance to go and take from them what they took from us last season. And it is, look, the task in front of Arsenal is massive. I think anyone would say that City are favourites for this game, and at this moment in time still favourites to go on and win the Premier League title, because they've done it so many times. They are the best team. They're going for a four-peat, which has never been done. But the heart tells you, and the head, like all the neutrals and pundits are saying Arsenal have to win this game. And if Arsenal win this game, I think personally, if we somehow go to the Etihad and leave there with 3 points, I'll put it out there now. I think we go on and end up winning the league personally, because I just think psychologically the boost that will give the team in going into the last 8 games. Like people say, oh, but Arsenal have the hardest running. If you beat Manchester City away and you take 6 points off them collectively throughout the season, take 4 points off Liverpool, your 2 title rivals, throughout the season, what do you have to worry about? What, Spurs away? If you beat City, who fucking cares about Spurs away? Then after this game, every game we play from now to the end of the season, we are the better team and we will be favourites in every game. So if you can get over City, psychologically, that should put the team in the absolute strongest position to go and roll over everyone else. Maybe not roll over, but they should beat everyone else. And it probably gives you, what, I'd say a game buffer to lose 1 game in that 8 and you can still win it. But boy, this game it's a scary game. Look, like I said, the task in front of Arsenal is incredible. The battle's all over the pitch. One thing I will say, look, there's a lot of reasons to be nervous and pessimistic in this game. Like I said, City are the best team. They have the best players. They've done it time and time again. They battered us last year when we went to the Etihad. The experience, Pep, just everything around City makes them favourites. But yet Arsenal go into this game, they can't go into it in much better shape. In terms of the form, we haven't lost in 2024. In fact, we've won every game in 2024 in the Premier League. Clawed back a goal difference, and we now have the best goal difference in the league. We've got the best defence in the league. hopefully we're going to have a majority of the squad fit, which is something we haven't said in a while. And it's a big difference to when we played them last year. You know, we went into that game last year off the back of like 3 draws, drop points in games where we were leading, bar Southampton, obviously dropped points, 2-0 up at Liverpool, draw 2-2, 2-0 up at West Ham, draw 2-2. And then Southampton, who end up getting relegated that season, come to the Emirates and somehow end up taking a 3-3 draw. So we went into that game last season, the title was pretty much gone. And City, I think, knew that, and they just battered us. They just absolutely rolled us over, and we folded. However, the positives going into this season, as I was saying, obviously, we are going into it in great form, the injuries, etc. But also, like I said, we're a better team than we was last season, in my opinion. We've added brilliantly. Obviously, Declan Rice has been a massive signing. Kai Havertz has started to show his worth now, as well as Raya. I think they've both now showing how they've improved the squad in the team. Obviously, we signed Timber, but unfortunately, he hasn't been able to play. And that experience from last year and that hurt, that embarrassment, you know, that should really fuel a lot of fire in the players' bellies who were there last season. And then the likes of Rice, you know, City wanted him. You know, he could have been playing this game easily in a blue kit this Sunday, but he didn't. He chose to come to Arsenal for these moments to make a difference in these games and prove that he can be the man to take Arsenal over the line. He's coming head to head with a man who everyone says is the best DM in the world in Rodri. This is a chance for Rice to show he's as good as Rodri, because in my opinion, he is as good as him. Martin Odegaard, you know, go to this game and show that you're next up to be the next best creator and attacking midfielder in this league after the man on the other side, De Bruyne, who's going to be obviously playing, in my opinion, the best midfielder Premier League's ever seen, but he's getting on now. Go and run this game. Saka, everyone's saying Foden's better than you. Go and fucking embarrass him in his own ground. You know, all these little things. Saliba, Gabriel, a lot of people saying, you know, they're possibly the best centre-half pairing in the league. And last 2 times we've played City in the Community Shield and in the Emirates this season when they've both played against Haaland, the geezer hasn't had a shot. He's had a 0 XG. I mean, you do well to stop him having a shot at the Etihad in 3 games in a row, but go there and just stamp your authority on the game, man. It's just such a big opportunity for Arsenal, and one we can't miss. And it feels like this is the time in players' careers and in seasons and in Arteta's managerial career where these are the games you look back on and it can just turn everything. If you go and win, you can go and win the Premier League, and it could be the turning of the next dominant, maybe not dominant team, but the next top team who's going to challenge for the league and going to win a couple, be Man City's proper title challenges for the next few years. As obviously Klopp's leaving Liverpool, chances are once he goes, Liverpool will take probably a natural dip. So let's make sure that we're going to set down a marker that we're here properly now, and we're going to compete this season, and we're going to compete for seasons on. And you don't get a better opportunity to do it. Like, all the pundits are saying that they think Arsenal have to win to win the Premier League, and I don't fully agree with it, but I don't fully disagree with it either. I do think it is very, very important if we're going to win the league to win this game. Like I said, psychologically, I think it'd do so much. I don't think a draw is a bad result. You know, if you offered me to start the season 4 points against Liverpool throughout the season and City, anyone would take it, you know. And you know, Klopp's never won at Anfield. I know he's not won many titles. Guardiola's only ever won, Klopp's never won at the Etihad, sorry. I know he's only ever won the title once, but he's never won at the Etihad. And Pep's only won, I think, once at Anfield when they're going through their title run-ins, and that's during like a COVID season when there's no fans. So it's not the end of the world if you don't win, but what it could do, I think, would be absolutely massive if we somehow can pull win out of the bag in this game. Am I confident? Yeah, but I don't know if that's just my heart and me being, you know, just excited. Look, we've been wanting to be involved in these games. Yeah, I've been watching Liverpool and City the last few years competing and stuff, and I've just always been thinking, I just hope Arsenal get good again one day and are involved in these games. And here we are, we're in it. So now it's up to the players to go and take this game by the scruff of the neck and beat them. Look, City out. One thing I will say is I think Arsenal are better this season, and I think City are worse. But City's worst, like that slight dip of City isn't loads because they are that good. But you look at their summer transfer dealings, they lost Gundogan, lost Mahrez, who historically in run-ins, especially Gundogan, the goals he scored in run-ins has been absolutely priceless to City, and they've lost that. You know, you don't imagine Kovacic and Nunes, who they replaced him with, is going to go on a run and score 5-6 goals in a run-in. Doku's a decent player, but he's not a Riyad Mahrez yet. So how's he going to cope? Who knows? But we are a better team now this season, and I don't think City have been their usual self. And I think this is a real opportunity for Arsenal to go. Like I said, hopefully, fingers crossed, a fully fit squad. Go there and beat them. And the way the momentum will swing and change will be crazy. It will dent City's confidence. It should light an absolute fire in the Arsenal players' stomach, and they should really start to believe themselves. So let's just go for it, man. Let's go and fucking have it. Look, tactically, it's going to be a very interesting battle. It's hard to really say what both teams will do because Pep is very unpredictable in all these big games. You know, last season, when we went to the Etihad, they sort of went away from what they usually do. They build up from the back and they're playing through the lines, and they just started going long ball up to Haaland, completely beating our press, pinned Rob Holding last season, and was just De Bruyne running off and just mugging us off, to be honest. So, but then Arteta, I'm sure, will be more aware of that. We're better suited for that now. Obviously, last season we had Rob Holding playing, with all due respect to him. You know, Saliba was out and Tomiyasu, and that's kind of where the title went. So we are better players. We've got Declan Rice, who's one of the best ball winners in the league. Arsenal are the best by quite a long way. I don't remember where I saw the stats, but quite the best. We're the best in by quite a distance, sorry, in terms of winning second balls in the league. Look, it's just a very evenly poised game, and tactically, I think it's going to be very interesting. I think it could be one where you see like Havertz deployed up front instead of Jesus, and that gives us an out ball. You know, maybe we'll not try and play through their press. We'll just start hitting it long up to Havertz and fighting for second balls. They might do the same thing. It might not be the best game to watch on the eye. And to be honest, I'm okay with that. I don't really want it to be an open game like you attack, we attack. Because if we do that, chances are we will lose. They've got unbelievable players, probably better players. They've got Haaland, who's maybe not been in the best form this season, but he's the best striker in the league by a fucking country mile. You know, Foden's been brilliant this season. De Bruyne, like I said, I think he's the best midfielder to ever do it in the league. Rodri's on this unbelievable run of 60 games for club and country, I think it is, without losing a game. The only time City loses when Rodri don't play. So it's a massive task in front of Arsenal. But like I said, Saliba, Gabriel, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli if you play, Havertz, you know, all of them. This is your moment to go and turn everything. Go and prove that you are better than last season. You are as good as these players, because everyone still needs convincing. Why would you back Arsenal in this running? I wouldn't. I'm not. I don't back us because we haven't done it yet, and we've proved that if anything, we do in a sense bottle it, or maybe we're just not quite there yet. But I think with the way we've approached 2024, I've said for a while, obviously after the West Ham and Fulham game, I thought title was done. I was like, this is over. But in my head, I was always, and I think I said on here a few times, just win every game up until City, see where we are, and then crack on from there. And we have done that. We've managed to get top on goal difference. You know, we had a massive goal difference swing. I mean, beating a couple teams 5-0 and a couple teams 6-0, another team 4-1 and stuff like that. It's just, we're in brilliant form. We can't ask for better form to go into this. Now, let's just go and have it. That's all I say. Let's just fucking have it. And I can't wait. It's going to be an amazing, amazing game. And look, if we win this, I don't even want to think about it, but just go for it, Arsenal. Go, prove that you're better than you are last season, and let's see how it goes. Just going to go into my predictions, which is very hard to do. I'm torn between what I think he'll do team-wise and tactically, and what I think the score will be, but I'm just going to run through it. Obviously, Raya will be in goal. Big game for Raya. Last time against City, he started very shakily. I don't know if you guys remember in the Emirates, you know, nearly had a Ramsdale moment that Ramsdale had against Brentford when Wissa closed him down, tackled him and went in the net. Nearly had that with Alvarez. He started very shakily that game, but he grew into it and he ended up having a really good game on the ball. He ability to claim crosses and take pressure off the team is brilliant. And his ability to start counter-attacks, if Martinelli plays, could be very, very key. But yeah, we need a big game from him, because this is going to be the sort of game where I feel like he's going to have to prove that he's a good shot stopper and he can actually make saves to win us games, which I'm still haven't seen from him as of yet. So massive game for Raya. Right back Ben White, you know, been in brilliant form. Going to have a tough game. Probably will be up against Doku. Well, who knows? It could be Doku, Alvarez, or maybe Grealish if he's fit. So it's going to be a tough game for Ben White, but one I back him to do well in. He's got to pick his moments when to go, and he's got to be really switched on, you know, at the back when people are running at him, because I think he's going to get a lot of one-on-one, and he's probably going to need whoever his right winger is in front of him to help him. But yeah, Ben White, Saliba will play as far as I'm aware, unless there's any injuries. He seemed to have come out from the France squad fine, so Saliba. Now look, there's doubts over Gabriel, whether he's going to play. Obviously, he pulled out of the Brazil squad with an inflamed Achilles. Hopefully, he's fine, because without him, the task becomes so much harder. Because look, yeah, right, you can move Kivior inside or whatever, but you don't want to break up Saliba and Gabriel's partnership, especially for a game like this. You know, even if you play him for on this game and then you rest him against Luton in midweek. But we really, really need Gabriel for this game. So I'm hoping he's going to be okay. So yeah, Gabriel at centre-back. Now, left-back I think is interesting. I think it will be Kivior, and I think he deserves to play. But I'll be honest, I don't love it. I don't know how much I trust Kivior yet. I think he has been brilliant recently. But who's he had to play against, really? Second half against Liverpool at the Emirates, he was good, fair enough. But yeah, Kudus, I suppose, at West Ham. But West Ham were really bad that day. So I'm still not 1,000,000% sure how much I trust him. But, you know, I think he deserves to start. And even if after an hour you're in a decent position, you want to switch him out for Tomiyasu or something, so be it. But yeah, Kivior does deserve to play. And look, I hope he has a really good game. And if he does, there'll be no question marks over him anymore. Midfield. Look, Declan Rice is 100% going to play. Massive game for him. Like I said, this is the game we bought him for. These are the games I feel like he can step up in, dominate, and win us a game. And then, you know, massive game for Rice. I can't even. He's going to have such a tough task. You know, he's going to have to break up plays. He's got Mark De Bruyne, Foden, maybe Bernardo Silva. Fucking hell. He's going to have his work cut out. But yeah, Declan Rice, massive game for him. Next to him, I think it's interesting. I'm sure everyone would say Jorginho, as he's been playing well, and I think his IQ and his intelligence, ability to read the game and get on the ball will be, you know, very, very crucial in this game. But I've just got a feeling, and I don't know why, I just got a feeling Thomas Partey is going to come in. You know, there's times in a season where, you know, a player who's been out for a long time might just reappear in one game, and you think, fucking hell, he's back. And you think that's potentially a risk, and they have a stormer. That's just kind of... I just have a feeling that might be what he does. You know, like, in the FA Cup final years ago when Mertesacker had to come in, obviously that wasn't necessarily by choice. That was just because we had a couple of injuries and Koscielny got sent off. But the week before against Everton, I think it was. But, you know, he come in and he was just unbelievable. And that's known as like the Mertesacker final. I just think maybe this might be the moment Thomas Partey makes a big impact on our season. But again, that's probably just me being hopeful because I know how good he is. But probably Jorginho will start, but I just have a feeling Partey might come in for him this one. In front of him, obviously, will be Martin Odegaard. Big, massive game for him. You know, there's a lot of people who say maybe he doesn't necessarily turn up in big games. I don't agree personally, but it'll be a massive game on him. I think he'll be tasked with trying to stop Rodri from playing. You know, we know how good he is in a press and trying to get blindside of Rodri and, you know, getting in pockets where he can't quite pick him up and then he can really attack the back four of City. Because look, City give up chances. They give up a lot of chances. And I think Odegaard's going to be really, really important in trying to create as much as possible and just go and grab it by the scruff of the neck, you know, and prove that you are a top player. Same with on the right wing. I think Bukayo Saka will be okay and I think he'll play. A lot of people debating, is he world class or not? I'm still not 1,000,000% sure he is, but if he can go and make an impact in a game like this, then I think a lot of people's opinions will start changing, and he's got all the ability to do so. He's got that personal sort of rivalry with Foden, which I don't think comes from them two, it comes from everyone else, but you know, he will know about it, Foden will know about it. I'm sure both of them will be determined to make a big difference in this game for that sort of, you know, for opinion to swing in their favour. But massive game for Saka, and he's got all the ability to make a difference in this game. I think it's important when we do get out and we get the ball to him, he's got to be tidy with it, he's got to retain it, he's got to be beating his man. And yeah, really big opportunity for him to go and make a massive, massive statement in a huge game, which he does do well in big games, but they tend to be normally at home. He doesn't tend to necessarily do well away from home. So yeah, big game Bukayo. Up top, I think it will be Kai Havertz, and I think deservedly so. He's been playing brilliantly for Arsenal recently. Played really well for Germany in the international break. And, you know, I think with him, he just gives us that different option. Like I said, he gives us an out ball to go long, to break a press, so we don't have to try and play out all the time. Gives us that physicality in the air, both attacking and defending from corners and free kicks. And, you know, gives us that little bit of big game experience, a little bit of nastiness where, you know, he can be a fucker, leaving his foot in, you know, his little bit of dark arts and stuff. I think could be quite important. And it's a big game for him where he could really announce himself. You know, I think a lot of people will now start to turn their opinion on Havertz and starting to really respect what he does for the team. If he gets another goal-winning contribution against City like he did at the Etihad, I mean at the Emirates, right, when he assisted Martinelli, bit of a shit assist, but still, I think, you know, it'll change everyone's opinion and he'll start feeling really good about himself. So big game for Kai Havertz. Now left wing, this is where I think, unfortunately, I don't think Martinelli will make it. I don't think he'll make it from the start anyway. I think he could be an impact player off the bench. Which, look, if it's 0-0 or something with half hour to go, and we've got Martinelli to come on, that's going to be massive, you know, against their probably high line. And you get Martinelli running in behind, could be absolutely huge, like he was at the Emirates earlier on in the season. But I think to start with, you're looking at probably Trossard or Jesus, and I don't really like Trossard on the left wing for Arsenal. I don't think he has great games there. I think he's excellent as a false nine. And I think for the experience, probably the work rate, maybe slightly more bit of pace from Jesus, not loads. The fact he's got experience in runnings and stuff, I think Jesus might end up getting the nod in this game and playing on the left wing if Martinelli doesn't make it, which will be a massive game for him against his old club. And I don't think Jesus has had the season he wanted. He's not had much of an impact. Well, he has had an impact on Arsenal season, but not as much as he would want. And for the next 9 games, I look at people like him and Thomas Partey, who last season, if they weren't in the team, you worried for Arsenal. But they've not really played this season and we're still top of the league. So I look at them two and think, now's the time for you two to stay fit for the rest of the season, get back to your best form and drag us over the line. And this is a chance for them to do it, definitely, in a game of this stature. So that's the team I think Arteta will go with. The score, I'm stuck. But look, any result in this game would surprise me. Whether we win, lose or draw wouldn't surprise me. Whether we lose 1-0, whether we lose 3-0, whether we win 1-0, or I don't see us winning 2 or 3-0 to be fair, but or if it's a draw. But I've just got a feeling Arsenal might do it, and like I said, it's probably just fan hope, but I've just got a feeling we might just do it. I'm going to go Arsenal 1, City 0. I just got a feeling Arsenal might do it. But keeping them at 0 seems very unlikely. Maybe a 2-1 or something. But I'm going to go 1-0 Arsenal. Come on, the boys. Massive game. And yeah, we'll talk about it after. And yeah, let's just hope, man. Let's hope and pray. Let me know, guys, in the comments. What do you think? Do we have any chance? Are we going to do it? What do you think the 11 should be, will be, and scores, etc.? And yeah, please do like, comment, subscribe and share. Let's get a lot of people involved in this. And yeah, let's hope come Sunday evening or Monday, we're talking about a massive 3 points for Arsenal and putting us firm favourites in the title race. Have a good long bank holiday weekend, people. Don't get too pissed. Actually, you can do if you want, whatever. But yeah, have a good long weekend. And yeah, we'll talk soon. Come on, the boys.